Satan, often referred to as the adversary, has been attempting to manipulate Christians since the earliest days of the church. His primary goal is to lead believers away from their faith and into a life of sin, thereby undermining God's plan for humanity. Satan's manipulation can take many forms, including temptation, deception, and distraction. He often uses subtle and cunning tactics to influence Christians, making it essential for believers to be aware of his schemes and take steps to protect themselves. One of the primary reasons Satan attempts to manipulate Christians is to undermine their faith and trust in God. By creating doubt and uncertainty, Satan can lead believers to question God's love, sovereignty, and provision. This can result in a weakened faith, making it more challenging for Christians to stand firm in their convictions and resist the temptations of the world. Additionally, Satan seeks to divide Christians and create discord within the church, thereby weakening the body of Christ and hindering its effectiveness in spreading the gospel. Satan's manipulation can also be seen in his attempts to lead Christians into sin. By tempting believers to engage in sinful behaviors such as lust, greed, or pride, Satan can create a sense of guilt and shame, leading to spiritual bondage and a diminished witness for Christ. Furthermore, Satan seeks to distract Christians from their purpose and mission, redirecting their focus away from serving God and towards worldly pursuits. This can result in a lack of fruitfulness and a failure to fulfill the Great Commission. So, what can Christians do to protect themselves from Satan's manipulation? Firstly, it is essential to develop a deep and intimate relationship with God through prayer, Bible study, and worship. By cultivating a strong foundation of faith, believers can build their resilience to Satan's attacks and develop a greater awareness of his schemes. Additionally, Christians should surround themselves with a community of believers who can provide support, encouragement, and accountability. This can help to prevent isolation and loneliness, which can make individuals more vulnerable to Satan's manipulation. Another crucial step is to put on the armor of God, as described in Ephesians 6:10-18. This includes the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit. By putting on this armor, Christians can protect themselves from Satan's attacks and stand firm in their faith. Furthermore, believers should be mindful of their thoughts and emotions, recognizing when Satan is attempting to manipulate them through negative self-talk, fear, or anxiety. By taking their thoughts captive and replacing them with God's truth, Christians can resist Satan's influence and walk in the freedom and peace that Christ provides. Finally, Christians should be aware of the tactics Satan uses to manipulate them and be prepared to counter his attacks. This includes recognizing the lies and half-truths that Satan uses to deceive believers, as well as being mindful of the areas where they are most vulnerable to temptation. By being aware of these tactics and taking steps to protect themselves, Christians can resist Satan's manipulation and live a life that is pleasing to God. In conclusion, Satan's attempts to manipulate Christians are a real and present danger, but believers can take steps to protect themselves and resist his attacks. By developing a deep relationship with God, surrounding themselves with a community of believers, putting on the armor of God, and being mindful of their thoughts and emotions, Christians can stand firm in their faith and fulfill their purpose in spreading the gospel. As the Apostle Paul writes in 2 Corinthians 2:11, we are not unaware of his schemes. By being aware of Satan's tactics and taking steps to resist them, Christians can live a life of victory and freedom in Christ.